Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again, grade 9 students. Hope you are all okay. Our lesson today is Module 4, Lesson A, Students Book, page 40, Reading A and B, Part 1, The Power Cut. To begin with, let's have a look at our learning objectives for today. By the end of this lesson, students are expected to be able to discuss the topic of Module 4 through visual prompts, recognize the new vocabulary items related to a comic strip, and identify the main idea of the comic strip. Open your student's book, page 39, and let's get started. Here we have some pictures and situations. What I want you to do is to read these situations, have a look at the pictures, and try to guess the title. Go ahead. Okay, now let's have a look at some suggested titles. Unpleasant situations, hard situations, unexpected problems. Let's start by learning some new words and expressions. The first one is get caught, for example, in a storm. It's a verb. Look at this picture. These people got caught in a storm. Now, what do you think get caught in a storm means? Very good. It means to find yourself in bad rainy weather. Now, let's use it in a sentence. We couldn't see anything outside our car windows because we got caught in a storm. Now it's your turn to use get caught in a sentence. Go ahead. The second expression for today is get stuck. It's also a verb. Look at this picture. These people got stuck. There are many cars. This man has got stuck in a lift. He can't get out. What do you think get stuck means? Very good. It means not to be able to leave a place. For example, heavy traffic or lift. Let's use it in a sentence. Sorry, I'm late. I got stuck in the lift on my way up. Try to use it in a new sentence. And the third expression for today is run out of. It's a verb. Look at this picture. What do you think this car needs? Good, it needs petrol. There is no petrol in this car. So the driver has run out of petrol. What do you think run out of means? Excellent. It means not to have enough, for example, petrol. Let's use it in a sentence. My car has stopped. I've run out of petrol. Now it's your turn to use run out of in a sentence. Go ahead. Now let's move on to the next task. Discuss. Look at the pictures and read what happened to these people. The pictures in student's book, page 39. We are going to see what happened to the people there. Has something like this ever happened to you? Have you ever experienced such things? Which do you consider worse and why? Now let's talk about the first picture. Look at this picture. What happened to these people? Good, they got caught in a storm. Have you ever got caught in a storm? Where were you? What happened? Now let's go to the second picture. Look at this man. What happened to him? Great, he got stuck in a lift. Have you ever got stuck in a lift? What did you do? What happened? Now let's talk about the next picture. Look at this picture. What happened to this man? Good, he got lost. Have you ever got lost? Where were you? What happened? Now, next one. What happened to this man? Good, he lost his wallet. Have you ever lost your wallet? What did you do? And now let's talk about the next picture. Look at this man. What happened to him? Great, he broke his leg. Have you ever broken your leg? How did that happen? Now, let's talk about the next one. What happened to these people? Excellent, they had a car accident. Have you ever had a car accident? How did it happen? And the last picture, look at this man. What happened to him? Good, he ran out of petrol. Have you ever run out of petrol? After having discussed and talked about different situations and pictures, now it's time to go back to Students Book, page 39. And let's answer this question. Which do you consider worse and why? We have already talked about these different situations and pictures. Now it's your turn to answer this question. Which do you consider worse and why? Could you please pause the video and think of the answer for this question? Now you can have a look at these suggested answers. And now it's time to learn some new vocabulary items. The first word for today is power cut. It's a noun. Now look at this picture. What do you think power cut means? Good. It means a period of time when there is no electricity in a building or an area. Now let's use it in a sentence. The electricity went off and there was a power cut everywhere. Now could you please use it in a new sentence? And the second word is spill. It's a verb. Look at this picture. Someone has spilled some coffee on the plate. Now, what do you think spill means? Good. It means to make a liquid fall out of its container. Now, let's use it in a sentence. I spilled the orange juice all over my desk. And the third word is trip over. It's a verb. Look at this picture. This man has tripped over a stone. What do you think trip over means? Excellent. It means to fall because of something on the floor. Now, a new sentence. Pick up your toys because somebody might trip over them. Now, it's your turn to use trip over in a sentence of your own. Go ahead. And the next word now is graze. It's a verb. Look at this picture. This little girl has grazed her face. What do you think graze means? Good. It means to cause part of skin to come off. Now let's use it in a sentence. She grazed her face after falling off her bike. Now, could you please use graze in a sentence of your own? And the last word is step on. It's also a verb. Look at this picture. This man has stepped on the other man's foot. What do you think step on means? Excellent. It means to stand on somebody or something. Now let's use it in a sentence. My friend stepped on my foot and he apologized. Now, can you use it in a sentence? Go on. Now, open your student's book, page 40, and let's do this pre-reading task. First, look at this picture. What's the title of our lesson? Good, it's the power cut. Now, how many people are there? Great, there are 4 people. Where do you think they are? Very good, they might be at work. Who do you think this man is? Excellent, he might be their boss. Now look at their faces. How do you think they feel? Very good. They might feel sad, shocked. Okay. Now let's have this question. Have you ever been in a power cut? What did you do? Now I want you to pause the video and try to think of answers for these 2 questions. Go ahead. Okay, now let's have this suggested answer. Yes, there was a power cut a few days ago. It happened in the evening at around 8 o'clock. I was at home with my sister. What I did? I called an electrician and he came and fixed the electricity. And now let's move on to our while reading task. Let's have this question. Read the comic strip. Choose the best last line for Mr. Baxter to say. Picture 8. This picture. Why is it the best option? Here we have three options, three sentences. Which of them do you think is the best one that Mr. Baxter might use to complete this sentence? I don't believe this. Now we are going to listen and you are going to answer this question.
Module 4. What happened? 4A. 1. Read. The power cut.
Listen, everyone, sorry, but we have to stay a little longer tonight. Oh no, a power cut!
Ow, my head!
Look out! Don't worry, I'm coming.
Ah, that's hot!
Somebody get a torch! Ouch!
I'm so sorry, Mr. Baxter. Here you are. Are you injured?
You knocked me over, Jake. Why were you running?
I was trying to help. I heard someone scream.
That was me.
What happened to you, Liam?
I was sitting at my desk. I wasn't doing anything. I was waiting for the lights to come back on. Suddenly, someone spilt boiling hot tea all over me. It burned my face. That's why I screamed.
Sorry about that, Liam.
Ken, you're bleeding. What happened to you?
I was coming back from the cafeteria with some tea for my sore throat. I tripped over something and grazed my head on a desk.
So, that was you?
What do you mean, Peter? Where were you?
Well, I was carrying some boxes to my desk over there. Suddenly, I stepped on something, lost my balance and fell, and I think I've sprained my ankle. Then I heard someone trip over the boxes.
I don't believe this.
Okay, after having listened to the comic strip, now what do you think the best option that Mr. Baxter could use in this situation? I don't believe this. Which of these do you think is the best one? Excellent. It's C. Somebody please fix the lights before we had any more accidents. Why do you think he said so? Excellent. Because he wanted to stop the accidents happening in his office. Well done, students. Now let's move on to another task. While reading 1, scan the comic strip again, then answer the following questions. The first question, who is Mr. Baxter? The second one, what happened while they were in the office? The third one, where was Liam when the lights went off? Number 4, why did Liam scream? And number 5, why is Ken bleeding? So what I want you to do now is to pause the video. You can either go to the comic strip and read it, or you can listen to the audio again. Pause the video and do the task, please. Okay, now let's do the first one. Who is Mr. Baxter? What do you think? Excellent. He is the boss. What happened while they were in the office? Great. A power cut. Number 3. Where was Liam when the lights went off? Wonderful. He was at his desk. Now number 4. Why did Liam scream? Very good. Because someone spilled tea on him. Now the last question. Why is Ken bleeding? Wonderful. He tripped over something and grazed his head. Well done, students. And now let's move on to our last task for today, a post-reading one. In this task, you have to think well before answering the question. Let's have the question. If you were working with Mr. Baxter when the lights went off, what would you do? Imagine that you were at Mr. Baxter's office when there was a power cut. What would you do in this situation? Could you please pause the video and think of answers? Go ahead. Okay, now let's have the suggested answer. I would call an electrician or look for a torch or candles. Of course, you may do many other things. And here we come to the end of our lesson for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.